Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I do for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. With this review, the six Vecta? I don't know what you would call it. But whatever. The fucking infinity gauntlet of Popeyes chicken wings is complete. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Grimm shirt, well, with accompanying crumbs and such. What the fuck is Grimm? They are a horrorcore metal band out of Illinois. I became aware of these folks in 2023. They happened to be on tour with a band that I was going out to see at the time, and they were the openers. And I really fucking dug what they were doing, man. Like, just very high energy, just absolutely doing their damnedest to get the crowd into it. And it definitely fit kind of my aesthetic and sort of my musical sensibilities. It just all kind of synced up really nice for me. I like, heavier music, and I like sort of theatrical and horror stuff and everything. So it all just kind of tied together really nicely. On top of that, I've, been fortunate enough where I've seen them a number of times now. I've bought some merch. I've talked with them a little bit. They're all very nice guys. And I've even got some videos of their performances that I've attended. Those videos are on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check it out. And if nothing else, I'd be more than happy to go over there and point you in their direction as far as their music and stuff is concerned, because I think they're a really great band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Well, like I said, it is from Popeyes. I am finishing off their set of signature wings. I believe they have 6 flavors overall. I'd reviewed 4 of them months ago. And I was kind of, I knew that they had one more, but it was kind of the one that I was least interested in just because it seemed a little bit, okay. Finally, they went over there and came out with another flavor, which was their, their honey lemon pepper wings, which I just got through reviewing. And I figured, perfect opportunity, let's finish this off. Let's just get through all the flavors. So what flavor is it? Boom! It's honey barbecue, which I'm not against honey barbecue. I want to get that out of the way. It's just, comparatively, in terms of interest, it seemed the least interesting of the flavors. But we're going to find out together. So I'm cool like that. Okay. One thing I will say with the signature wings, it does help if you sort of apply your own sauce level. Because they kind of, like you can see, it's kind of like, sort of there. And yeah, so, like this side, all of it. So, yeah, it's definitely best if you kind of, to your personal takeaway from it. I'm going to kind of get some of it on here. Barbecue sauce is good. A little bit sweet, a little bit smoky. I tend to prefer smokier, more savory kind of barbecue sauces versus sweet. But you use them in the right context. I'm perfectly fine with the sweet ones too. Let's give it a go. Ah, crap. I didn't go over there and do a thing for the thing. Oh God, it's so warm. Let's do a thing for the thing. Boom! It looks like that. Ha 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 ha! You'd think I would fucking have that down by now, but I don't. Sometimes I still forget. That's really good. That's really good. It reminds me, I think they still do it every now and again, but it used to be a big deal with, not Popeyes, but KFC. And we're talking years ago. We're talking when I was a teenager, so 18 million years ago. they used to go over there. It was kind of a big deal. They had like honey barbecue wings that they would come out with periodically. And it was like kind of their version of the McRib, where it was like, you know, they just do it kind of whenever. You never knew exactly when it was coming back, but every now and again. This, obviously, it's honey barbecue wings again, so it's going to be familiar. But I think, like, even in terms of just the flavor profile, it's definitely hitting some of that nostalgia in my brain. But yeah, these are really tasty. I mean, I figured they would be. It's Popeyes chicken. Popeyes chicken is really good. And honey barbecue, of course, works really well as a flavoring. And just in terms of honey barbecue itself, it's very flavorful. I do think that the honey aspect is nice, but I appreciate that it also has that strong, maybe not smokiness, I think I was kind of, but it has that savoriness. It's not just a sweet barbecue sauce. Like Sweet Baby Ray's is a pretty famous barbecue sauce around where I'm at. In fact, they have a restaurant, which at some point I want to try out, do a review for. Sweet Baby Ray's, man, it's, for me, it's a bit too sweet. I'll still go with it, but like, with this, I appreciate it's got the sweetness, it's still got a little bit of savoriness, it even has a little bit of a heat to it. Although not much, but I'm very down with that. I mean, barbecue chicken is just fantastic. All this is just taking all they had to do to get this one right, in my opinion. Have good chicken, they got Popeyes chicken. They're set on that. It's nice, it's crispy, it's tender on the inside. You're golden. Then, on top of that, you got to go over there and make sure you have a barbecue sauce that's going to work with it. And I think for me, that barbecue sauce works really well. It's way better than I've had from a lot of fast food places with their barbecue sauces, which a lot of them tend to be very sweet anyway, but they also tend to just be very, you know, just very singular in terms of very one-dimensional what their flavor is. With this, like I said, there's the sweetness, there's the savoriness, there's even a little bit of a heat to it. So it gives you an overall more engaging experience. But, two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I'm going to go with yes and yes. In fact, I think that these are, I think these are some of the easiest ones for me to recommend. For myself personally, although I don't think they're my favorite out of the signature wings that I've had from Popeyes. Kind of hard for me to think of exactly which one that would be. But they do, for me, the only thing that sort of works against them is, again, it's just that interest factor. Because barbecue chicken is just a very available thing, you know? So even though I do like them, and I would get them again, they wouldn't be high on my priorities list for the other wings. I think there's other ones that I would go with before them. But I would absolutely get them again. Like, they're very tasty. And like I said, I think in terms of recommending them, they're actually really easy to recommend because of how available honey barbecue stuff is. It's something that, at least here in America, we're extremely familiar with, and I would imagine pretty much every part of the country, except for like maybe Alaska or some shit like that. But it's a real familiar flavor. And I think that if you're going over there and you're going through the drive-thru, you know, they've got all these different flavors. Ghost pepper might be a bit intimidating. The honey lemon pepper, you know, maybe you don't know what to make of that. These fucking honey barbecue wings. So it's really easy for me to say, yeah, go ahead and get these. Really the only thing that it'll vary is just kind of what your personal preferences as far as sauces go. But I think it's a good barbecue sauce. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there and have yourselves a truly honey barbecue-tastic rest of your life. Because again, even it's not always the most interesting thing in the world, but damn it is it good. I mean, you're never gonna fault it. I've never once in my entire life heard anybody go over there and nay some fucking barbecue wings or anything like that. That's just not gonna happen. I mean, unless, you know, dietary restrictions and stuff. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important that we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to watch this review, and maybe you're going to go over there, you're going to hit me up in the comments and be like, Brandon, strawberry Fanta. Maybe, I mean, you could say that too if you want to. You could give me your opinion on strawberry Fanta. But you could go over there and be like, Brandon, how dare you try to besmirch the fine name of Honey BBQ Wings, and they're delicious, and they're what our nation was built upon, and if our forefathers had that, there wouldn't even been a war. We would have just, the whole thing. I mean, could we achieve peace through Honey BBQ Wings on a global scale? Perhaps. It seems unlikely, and to go over there and undercut so many very awful conflicts raging around the world at any given point in time is a bit much, but at the very least, I think if nothing else, we could take something away from it, and that is that trying to find commonalities and trying to take joy in simple things that we all love and, can take away from it. I don't know why I went weird with this one. Bye.